Rachel Garcia, and today I will be giving a demonstration on how to juice. I have been an avid juicer ever since I watched the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead by Joe Cross. For me, juicing was about adopting a healthier lifestyle. As a beginning juicer, I rushed out to buy my first juicer without knowing anything about juicing. And I was excited to make my first juice. I went to the market and I put every type of fruit and vegetable into my cart as I could put in my cart, right? And for my first juice, I added celery, lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, green apples, zucchini squash, and beets. I poured the contents into my cup and it looked like chocolate milk. I took my first sip and I nearly gagged. It was horrible. For beginning juicers, learning how to juice can be challenging if you're not equipped with the right information. There are some things that you need to know about juicing. 1, juicing can be a great addition to a healthy lifestyle. 2, buying the right juicer can make the process of juicing easier. 3, great tasting juice starts with following a good recipe, along with picking the right fruits and vegetables. And 4, making juice can be easy if you follow a set of simple instructions. 1, juicing can be a great addition to a healthy lifestyle. Juicing is a great way to add a large variety of fruits and vegetables into your diet. Most people don't get the recommended serving of fruits and vegetables in their diets, either because they're too busy, they don't have enough time, or because they just don't like them. And juicing is a great way to add a large variety of fruits and vegetables into your diet, because otherwise consuming them whole would be difficult to do. I mean, look at what I have here. Would you sit down and eat that in one setting? No, you wouldn't. So juicing is a great way to do that. Also, fruits and vegetables contain micronutrients that are essential to a healthy lifestyle. According to Science Daily, micronutrients consist of water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins, minerals, and trace elements. Micronutrients are essential to normal body functions. Micronutrients ward off disease, and they also help improve immune function. By juicing, you're allowing these nutrients to be absorbed into your bloodstream directly, instead of going through the natural digestion process. Nutritionists recommend that you juice on an empty stomach, either in the morning or at lunchtime, once a day. Of course, buying the right juicer can make the process of juicing easier. Some tips to know about juicing when you go out to buy a juicer, some things that you want to know are, there are basically 2 different types of juicers on the market today. You have a masticating juicer and a centrifugal juicer. The differences are, a masticating juicer grinds the produce up like teeth and it squeezes the juice out. Masticating juicers are a little more expensive than centrifugal. Masticating juicers run around $350 to $1,000 to buy the appliance, right? Also, masticating juicers are a little bit slower in processing the produce. It can take longer to make a batch of juice with a masticating juicer, simply because it has a smaller feeding tube, and you have to cut up your fruits and vegetables into smaller proportions in order to fit it into the feeding tube. Centrifugal juicers, on the other hand, they have a larger feeding tube, which you can see here. It's a larger opening. It's about twice the size as a masticating juicer. The centrifugal juicer is also a little less expensive. It usually starts around $50 to $350, for the more premium edition. I have the more premium edition, the higher end model, which is a Breville juice fountain. And another distinguishing factor between the masticating juicer and the centrifugal juicer is the quantity of juice output. The masticating juicer does produce more juice, slightly more, about 20% more than the centrifugal. For beginning juicers, I would recommend the centrifugal because it's less expensive and it's faster in producing the juice. Some features that you want to look for when selecting a juicer includes how the pulp system is collected. You see here, get this apart. I have the container, right? I have the safety armor. which holds everything together. Top off. We have the pulp collection system. So one of the things that you want to look for when you're buying a juicer is type of pulp collection system. Some masticating juicers don't have an attached pulp collection system. They just spit it into a bowl or whatever you have, right? It makes a big mess. So look for a container that's large and that you can attach. I put a bag in mine because it's easier to clean. Just basically take it out when you're done and throw it away. You don't have to worry about the mess. One of the other things that you want to look for, of course, is the feeding tube. The wider the feeding tube is, the easier it's going to be for you when you go to cut up your fruits and vegetables, because you can have larger portions put into the tube. So you want to look at that. And then, of course, probably the most important thing that you want to look at when buying a juicer is the container. Juicing can be messy, right? If you don't have an enclosed container, like this one that's attached to the system, it's basically going to throw juice particles everywhere, right? So you make sure that you find a juicer that has, you know, an enclosed container so that you don't have to clean up a big mess. And then, of course, you know, great tasting juice starts with finding a good recipe, as well as picking the right fruits and vegetables. For me, I would recommend Joe Cross or Reboot with Joe. He has some really great recipes, and in fact, I'm going to be using this recipe today. I'm going to share with you, those of you that are willing to try this. It's the Quick Quencher pineapple juice that consists of pineapples, cucumbers, celery, and lemon. I haven't tried it before, so we'll see how it works out. And then also, you know, for beginning juicers, I think it's important that you start out with things that you're most comfortable with, right? So in the fruit area, you know, they're generally easier on the palate, and I would recommend apples, pineapples, strawberries, grapes. I mean, those are some great combinations. And then for vegetables, maybe add them sparingly until you get accustomed to the taste. But some of the vegetables that I like the most to juice are celery, radicchio, kale, carrots, and beets. For optimal health benefit, it's recommended that you go with organic fruits and vegetables. According to Dr. Elorondo Younger, as seen in Hungry for Change, he recommends organic fruits and vegetables because they are grown without chemicals and harmful additives, approximately 90% less than your normal produce. However, you know, organic produce, fruits and vegetables, are slightly more expensive than your regular produce. And of course, that's something that you want to consider, cost versus worth, when you're going down this path of trying to adopt a healthier lifestyle. Most grocery stores do have an organic produce section. When it comes to cost, yesterday when I went out shopping, the pineapple, the cucumbers, and the celery were all basically about the same price, organic versus regular. The only difference that I saw was the lemon. The lemons were about $1 more a piece. So I did pay slightly higher, but I know I feel more comfortable drinking things that, you know, have less harmful additives to them, and I certainly feel more comfortable giving them to you that aren't, you know, laced with chemicals. So preparing to make your first juice can be easy if you follow a set of simple instructions. You first want to wash your fruits and vegetables. I recommend using a produce solution that can be found at any grocery store, right? And you also want to use a soft bristled brush to wash off any dirt particles on your fruits and vegetables. It's really important that you wash them thoroughly. And then when you're ready, you'll need to use a cutting board and knife to cut them up and get them into the right proportions to fit into your feeding tube. And then you can go ahead and put them in containers for easy access. And then when you're ready to make juice, you're going to plug in your juicer. And I'm going to put all these things back together that I took apart. The lid back on, the safety arm on, container back on, and then I'm ready to turn on the juicer. I'm going to take this out. And so basically start feeding the produce through the tube, and then we'll mix the contents and serve. And I'm going to wait until after this to do this, and then I'll share it with you so that we're not having problems with noise during the demonstration. So in summary, juicing can be a great addition to a healthy lifestyle. For beginning juicers, learning how to juice can be challenging if you're not equipped with the right information. Buying the right juicer can make the process of juicing easier. Of course, great tasting juice starts with following a juice recipe. Picking the right fruits and vegetables are equally important. But learning how to juice effectively can improve taste and make the process of juicing more enjoyable. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.